Give us a best scenario timeline for some type of plasma treatment for COVID-19 patients, in your view.
Yes, good morning, Joe, and good morning, everyone. Thank you for giving me the opportunity. Yes, so we initiated this treatment approach a few weeks ago, in fact, and quite rapidly we understood that we could do a better job by creating an alliance with other companies involved in the field. So right now, what we have been doing is collecting plasma from a patient who had recovered from COVID-19, from the coronavirus. We have enough plasma to actually start the manufacturing of the clinical trial batch today. So today we are starting the manufacturing of the clinical trial batch in our Covington site in Georgia, and we will be able to enroll the first patient probably in July. So we'll really start the clinical trial with the enrollment of the first patient in July.
You do work in monoclonals as well. Do you have a drug candidate in mind for COVID-19 in that area as well, that platform?
Not specifically with monoclonal antibodies, but in our pipeline and portfolio, we have many products which have an anti-inflammatory activity, and we know that inflammation is a big issue with coronavirus. So we are screening these products, and we are seeing some activities. So we hope that we will be able also to develop this treatment in the future.
Interesting. And you're not a stranger to vaccines, obviously. I think you have one for I don't know, not necessarily a virus, but a dengue vaccine. Is there any work being done to try to get into that area with COVID?
So we don't have a specific technology to go by ourselves. So we decided not to develop our own programs because when we assessed the technology that was needed, we didn't have that in-house. But we are looking to partner with other companies which are developing coronavirus vaccines. I think there are enough candidates right now. The key will be the manufacturing capacity. That's always the issue with vaccines. So we will be ready to partner with companies in order to increase the manufacturing capacity.
Yeah. Meg?
Well, thanks, Joe, and good morning, Christophe. You know, I'm curious to hear more about this alliance to create this hyperimmune globulin therapy. First, tell us about that technology and how it's different from the idea of just taking one person's blood plasma who recovered from the disease and giving it to somebody who's suffering from the disease.
Well, I think this is a similar approach, but it's at scale. So we can pool plasma from multiple sources, multiple countries, multiple patients, and that creates more scale and more volume. And we can also manage very precisely the level of antibody that you will have in the formulation. So it's really doing something at scale and with a level of reproducibility that will become a drug and a treatment with clinical data which goes with it.
And you're working with 9 other plasma companies around the world to do this all together, which is kind of what you want in a pandemic situation, for commercial concerns to be set aside and everybody to be devoting their resources towards solving the problem. How does this kind of work, though, down the road if this ever became a commercial therapy? How do you sort of envision that playing out?
Well, yeah, I think at the moment it's a race, and we would have been much slower by going alone. And that was our initial intent, but very rapidly we felt that it could be much better to pool our resource. So today we are starting the manufacturing of the clinical batch. There is no way we could have done it so fast alone. So I think we are moving faster with more scale. In the alliance, we have other companies which will help us to promote the donation as well, because that's always the limiting factors. So I think at the moment, this is what we are doing. We are projecting ourselves to bringing a treatment potentially before the end of this year. And I think that's what we are focusing. We will see later how we manage a long term. First, we need to manage this crisis against this virus.
And of course, the supply of the medicine depends on people donating their blood plasma, those people who've recovered from COVID-19. what kind of scale are you looking at for how many people you could potentially treat by the end of this year with this approach?
Well, the key parameter as well is how many patients can you treat with one donor? And we don't know this ratio yet. It could be 3 donors for 1 patient, or it could be 1 donor for 1 patient, or it could be 1 donor treating 2 patients. We don't know this ratio. We will know through the clinical data that we will generate. So of course we'll need to have donors, but this ratio will be very defining for the number of patients that we will be able to treat.